Hello gamers, this is a quick use tutorial for the Monster Trackers app for Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, and Jaws. Just a little app to hopefully track your monsters within the scenario a little easier. I'm going to fire up the app. We've got a little to do here. We've got a main menu. We want to choose our game, add monsters to our track, set up our scenario level, set the number of heroes, lock the taskbar, and then enjoy our scenario and dismiss the overlay. We'll come back and talk about the main menu selections later. Let's just get into it. So first thing I'm going to do is do the first scenario in Frosthaven. Our scenario level is going to be 1. Number of players is going to be 4. I'm going to add some players. So I'm going to do some Algok archers. So go ahead and select them. It'll tell you select these type, then hit select up here. It'll add it to the board. We're going to do those. I believe we had guards, and I think we had priests. Okay, so we got 3 monster types on the board. We're going to hit dismiss up here to get rid of the selector. And once we have our monsters on here, as you can tell, as we move up the scenario level, that changes the card values just like it would in the game. So we're going to get it to 1. And now that these values are kind of set for the game, we're going to go ahead and lock that and get that out of the way. Now for each monster type, we're going to go ahead and put out what needs to be on the board. So go ahead and hit the plus button up here. We'll get a little selection, elite and normal. So you're going to choose whether it's elite, whether it's normal. Then you're going to put the number of tile that comes out. So I think with Algok's archers we had 1 elite and 1 normal. Elites will have the gold around them. Normals will have nothing. It'll just have the number of the tile. And when you're done with that, you can click off here or click this up button and it'll dismiss that selector. I think we had 3 guards. So I think we had 1 normal, 2 elites. Close that up. And I don't think we had any priests until we open the door. A little spoiler. Watch out. So that's going to be the start of our first game. The way it works now is you can add hit points, you can subtract hit points as well. You can do conditions. If you want to do conditions, click on the number. You can add any number of conditions to the monster. They're toggleable, so select what you want, click off. It'll add them to the track. If you want them off, you just toggle them. If they get new conditions, you just add those. So you can do that to every character, every monster individually. If you goof up, you can swipe to the left and you can remove the monster. If you kill the monster, swipe to the right and say monster defeated, and it'll add it to the kill tracker up top. So white is normal, gold is elites. It's always nice to see how much you took out during a fight. Alright, let's say you've had a rough go and you failed the scenario. Go ahead and click up the main menu, click Zero Trackers. And what Zero Trackers is going to do is just give you a dial that says, hey, do you want to make sure you want to do this? And when you do, it'll get rid of everything. It won't take the monsters off the track, so you can redo the scenario if you need to. If you do new scenario, it's going to remove all of your monsters you have on the track and you're ready to go. So let's bump up a couple scenarios here. Log it back up. We're going to add a boss. If you don't want spoilers, you might want to stop watching. But let's do Algok Stormcaller. I'm not sure which path if you get to this or not, but we're going to select that. Boss's tiles are a little bit different. So boss's tile, it takes up the whole screen. We have what it's immune to on the right, and then it's pretty much its card, whether you're selecting 1 or 2, and its move, what you do there. You have its hit point based on the card. If that is incorrect, you can click on it and update it. Let's say it wasn't 104, it was 140. I'm going to put 140 in there. Oop, not 1400. There we go. We're going to update that, and it'll set its hit points to that. Once again, you can add and remove hit points as you go. And if you want to do conditions, it's this button down here, and you can add conditions. There's no logic that says that keeps you from adding a condition, even though it is, that monster's immune to it, or that boss. So just be mindful of that. Once again, it's just a quick toggle them, and then tap off the bar, and it'll close it. That's pretty much the core functionality of the monster tracker there. I hope that makes your game and tracking the monsters a little easier. There's a couple more options in here. About brings up a dialogue that tells you all about what you can do. There is the ability to watch this video again. I'll leave a review, that would be nice. You can create your own monsters and bosses. I might do a video on that, I don't know. If you do go and want to do it, there's a big info sheet on how to do that. You might want to read through that. It saves it locally on your machine, and it will be selectable on any campaigns that you play. So feel free to add monsters if you want. All the monsters that are in the games should be here and should be correct. So hope you get to use this in your next scenario, and it makes tracking your monsters just a little bit more easy.